Oh shit, here we go again.
Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Verhacky. And today we're gonna do a comparison video. We're gonna compare the F1 2020 car, the car they used last season, and also gonna use upcoming season because COVID delayed the entire F1 world. We're gonna compare the F1 2020 car with the F1 2022 car. We're going to compare them on the Top Gear test track. I'm gonna do 5 laps around this track with both cars, but both F1 cars. And we're gonna see who's quickest around this track. We're not gonna do it in a race as a lot of YouTubers are doing, like Arava and I don't know who else does it. A lot of YouTubers, they just do races. I wanted to do it slightly different. And this is also going to be a series where I'm just taking random cars around the Top Gear test track and just see who's quickest. So I even made this for you and for the cars. We all know what this means. So I wrote the names and we're going to write down the timings on here. And basically the leaderboard, by the way, is behind me. You don't see it. I will put a camera up there. It's not a fancy leaderboard as they used in Top Gear. It's just a wall. So don't mind, you know, it's low budget YouTubing. So here we go for the first official timed lap for the F1 2020 car. It's, by the way, a very nice mod. Link is down in the description below if you're interested. It's a paid mod, so you have to pay some money for the mod. Ooh, that's a very early breaking point, very bad. But it's not a very expensive mod, it's a few bucks, so I really say, you know, it's worth the money. It's a very nice detailed mod. So check it out if you don't know it already, but I bet if you're watching this video you know the mod. So we're going through Hammerhead, by the way. Almost forgot the corners. I'm now doing a 35 seconds. We're halfway there, so maybe this is going to be under a minute. I don't know. You know, I haven't done this track before in this car, so I know the track. I've done it in different cars. But I haven't done it in this car. I basically got the car straight from the mod into this. Oh well, 54.37. Okay, that's very fast. So we did it under a minute, but I got the mod straight out of the mod pack and just start driving it around this track. Nothing done with the setup. It's just as it is. So here we are through Chicago. By the way, you don't want to hit these sides, the gutters on the side, because they just give you a very bad time. They spin you out, they bump you around to do a lot of bad stuff to you. And there's also a very nasty bump on the exit of Hammerhead. So yeah, a lot of stuff to watch out for. You don't want to go too wide and so. And you don't want to cut the corners because you get very, very nasty bounces. So I just stay off the curbs. If you know, in F1 you call them curbs, but I don't think if you can call them here curbs. I don't think so. But yeah, you just don't want to cut the corners too much because they give you a very, very bad time. Oh wow! Ooh, little tank slapper on the exit there from this F1 2020 car. Oh. Yeah, okay, that was very decent, I guess. So you can go flat out if you do it right. Do some lawn mowing. Oh! Oh! I messed up there. So we're now going for our. We still have to do 2 more laps. For a second I thought it was the last lap, but it isn't, because it counts the first lap as well. So it's now 4th lap basically. The car is very nervous. The car is very, very, very nervous around this track. There's not a lot of grip around there. So yeah, it's a. I don't know. It's a battle against this car basically. Very slidey track. But you know, it's not asphalt. It's just for planes. So it's kind of logic. Oh, cut it a little bit too much. Going too wide. This is going to be the last lap. Maybe I can improve, but 54 seconds is kind of decent. Very tight through Wilson. Through Chicago, I believe it's called. It's hard to find the braking points for some corners. This is very obvious. As you can see, they have the meters on the side of the track, but for a lot of corners they don't have distances or anything. No, there's a lot of lack of braking points here, so it's basically just on feeling and basically guessing. But you know, I think I did pretty okay. I'm not the best sim driver. I'm far from a sim driver, to be honest, so for that I think I did pretty okay. As we cross the line for the last time, it's a... No, I didn't improve. So here we go in the F1 2022 car for our first timed lap as we exit Gambon. So let's see what this car is actually all about. So let's see how fast this... It does brake differently. I don't know how to describe. It likes to drift around. It has so less downforce on the rear tire, so I think the first lap is already screwed over. But it has almost no like downforce on the rear. You see, I'm not even hitting the throttle and already tries to spin me out. It also goes wide in this corner, you know. The F1 2020 car was like much sharper. So we are 3 seconds, almost 4 seconds slower in this car around this track. Yeah, okay, so the rear brakes lock up when you brake very hard. There's a lot of understeer though. It has a lot of understeer. It's harder to drive than the other car, you know. The other car was kind of easy to drive. This car is way harder to control. It has a lot of understeer. I don't know how to fix it. Maybe it's doable with some settings, but the other car was just standard. I didn't do any tweaking around with it. So I'm gonna do it with this car as well. But oh Jesus. '57, man, this car is different. It's really harder to drive. Okay, that was kind of sharp through Chicago. Let's see how we can do hammerhead here. Into third, into second. Very slow, no, it's nice and tight. Very slowly on the exit because this car likes to slide around and just spin you out and kill you. Let's see, okay, that's very decent. That was sharp. So this is going to be, I think, a decent lap if I don't mess it up. In the last 2 turns, oh, braking does weird things to the car. 55.8, okay, so that was better, with almost 2 seconds, yeah, it was 2 seconds. So let's try to beat this F1 2021 car. Oh, we almost spin out there, was able to control the car, but this car has, I think, a higher and bigger, larger turning circle. It likes to slide around, likes to understeer a lot if it doesn't slide out. So no braking point here, of course. That's just flat out. Oh, there was a sort of handbrake F1 rally turn there. 55 seconds. I'm not able to get under 55 seconds. Yeah, I maybe had to fiddle around with the brake pressure because it locks up. But it's doable, it's dealable. Short shifting my way downtown. Last lap. Brake very early. You see a lot of understeer. 6th gear. Ooh. Feel the back want to step out there. This has to be it. This is the oh 55. Now I'm not able to beat. So here we are then at the Top Gear Test Track Leaderboard. Yes, this is a D by the way, this is not an O. For Hacky Edition. So which of the two F1 cars is the quickest? Well, it's the F1 2020 edition with a 54 second .371. Oh, that was a very strange one. So it's the fastest car around. And then with a 55.3, almost a second slower than the F1 20 edition. It is the F1 2022 and it's gonna be underneath the F1 2020 car. Oh, this is so confusing, you know, 20, 2022 and stuff. So we're gonna put this one right underneath the F1 hybrid because I expect some cars in between this gap. And the next car we're gonna test for the upcoming episode, the Cybertruck, I think it's gonna be very close with these two competitors. So, by the way, don't see this too serious. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and bye.